Welcome to Real Talk with Katie Unfiltered. Today is a very special day, 11/11, Veterans Day. I'd like to give a shout out to my daughter, Hassan. She's in the Air Force. A host of my uncles, some living, some aren't. Various cousins and friends, fraternity brothers. I'd like to give a shout out to all of them for their service and the love for the country as they know it. Now, some of you all may not like my topic, but you have the right to like or dislike. But remember, this is Real Talk with KD Unfiltered. So I'm going to give you everything from my perspective, and that's just the way it's going to be. I hope you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button when I put things on here. That would really help this channel grow. It's a new channel. But as I said, this is going to be 11/11 from the black side. That's interesting. KD, what are you talking about? Some may know, some may not. Well, I would like to focus on some individuals. I mentioned my family members, my daughter, my uncles, cousins, fraternity brothers. But there are various sports figures as well as actors and just people in general. So I'm gonna just name some individuals. And remember, I said from the black side. So number one on my list is Jackie Robinson, Major League Baseball. Served as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army during World War II before breaking baseball color barrier. I'm sure many of you all remember that. Well, maybe not being alive during that time because I wasn't, but we've heard about it. David Robinson, the NBA, the Admiral. Now I remember that. He attended the Naval Academy, serving 2 years in the Navy as a civil engineer before joining the San Antonio Spurs. I remember that because they were saying that him being in the submarine, he was too tall to be in there. So that's how he was able to get out of the Navy and play professional basketball. Now, here's some people in the acting industry that I knew nothing about. Morgan Freeman. He joined the Air Force in 1955 and served nearly 4 years. Here's one that's really gonna get you. Ice Cube joined the Army in 1977, serving 4 years with the 25th Infantry. This next person before my time, and I'm sure there are more that I miss, and I'm not dis, not trying to mention these. This is just a few that I came across. Jimi Hendrix served in the U.S. Army as a paratrooper with the 101st Airborne Division. We do know about his music and how legendary of a guitarist he was, and all the particular troubles and so forth, so on. But most, that's me included, knew nothing about him being in the military. I had no idea until I looked it up. Now, remember, this is for everyone to comment so we can have a dialogue, because I'm doing this about the black thing. I am black. Y'all do understand that. There are those that are subscribers to my channel. They may not like that and what I'm going to discuss, but that's the purpose of talking about it. Talking about it, being about it, and having honest conversations. So I'm gonna just read a little bit. Well, I'm gonna read everything that I looked up, and I want you all, like I said, comment on it. You feel I'm wrong? Hey, that's just the way it is, and then I can, type in my feelings on what you said and so forth and so on, and we can just talk. But now, what I want to focus on is the Vietnam War and how black soldiers who served in the Vietnam experienced significant racial discrimination, both during their service and upon returning home, and many of the promises made to them were not fulfilled. Black soldiers face systemic racism within the military, from basic training in the Jim Crow South to de facto segregation in units and base life. While officially integrated, the military often regulated black men to the most dangerous combat roles or menial labor, with limited access to promotions and training. Now, there is somebody occupying the Oval Office that loves to brag about the military, but look how many times that he evaded going to the military, because he had a rich father, and some kind of way he had bone spurs. Yeah, that's right. That's what he said. That's what he said. But programs like Project 100,000 disproportionately drafted black and lower income men, sending many to frontline combat at much higher rates and fatality risk than their white peers. So what does that mean, y'all? They were sending black soldiers to fight and die in the war, but most white people didn't, at that time, before different laws were passed, white folks didn't necessarily have to go. Doesn't mean that white folks didn't go. Now, if I'm wrong about what I'm feeding out, let me know. Now, promises that were broken upon return made Black Vietnam veterans included access to GI Bills for education, jobs, good jobs, medical support for service-related injuries and trauma. In reality, many were denied these benefits through systemic racism in the administration of veterans' claim. Black veterans were statistically more likely to have their application for education, housing, and disability benefits denied than white veterans. The VA was frequently slow to process claims or ignored them entirely, creating financial hardship and a sense of betrayal. Now, if you're in the military and you go over there to Vietnam and fight the same war that your white counterparts fought, and they sell you on this dream, you would believe and think, I got the American dream. I get to go fight. Don't want to fight, but I'm looking at the opportunity of surviving and coming back and getting a education on the GI Bill, paid for, be able to get fair housing, the right interest rates, and so forth and so on. None of that happened. None of that happened. So after returning home, Black veterans came back to communities. Now, get this, because I'm gonna say something about this. Black veterans came back to communities struggling with poverty, high unemployment, just like today, Black and brown people, and ongoing racial discrimination. Some southern communities even refused to bury Black soldiers in unsegregated cemeteries. An act met with anger from Black families and communities. Why? I fought with them, but you want to put, us over here in this substandard joint. Many veterans struggle with drug addiction, PTSD, and found little or no support from the government or VA to rehabilitate and just get it handled. That's what's going on right now here today. And what I'm talking about, I'm getting off of just a little bit, but I'm gonna finish. When we talk about opioids, they only focus on opioids when these young white boys and girls start overdosing on opioids. Then the government wanted to do something about it. But back in the Gap, when they had crack cocaine and all that kind of stuff, what did they do about it? Absolutely nothing. That was poverty, because they knew that it affected the Black community. I just thought I'd add that in. Some of you might like it, some may not. Choose your poison. Lastly, these failures fueled political activism among black veterans who organized for both civil rights and better treatment for themselves and future generations. Recent lawsuits and advocacy efforts continue to expose and challenge the long-standing disparities in benefits and recognition for black veterans who served in the Vietnam War. And to this, I will salute not only those veterans that served in the Vietnam War, but every veteran that has even served in a war or has enlisted and just serving the country. I salute you for all of that. All right, that's all I had to say. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. And again, this is KD at KD at me. That's not the name of my channel, y'all. This is KD at Real Talk with KD Unfiltered. Y'all have a great day. Peace and blessings. Thank you.